I had $1 for every screw I dropped, I could be paying someone else to do this. Okay, so I was trying to take down the mini blinds in my Riverside Retro 181B, and there's these wood valances, and I purchased tension rods to go in them, and I was just trying to get these out, and I was playing with these plastic things thinking that's what I had to do, but that's not it at all. If you look up, let me see if I can, there's actually an L bracket, and I think you just have to unscrew those to take it down. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Just give me a second here. Yep, that's gonna take the whole valance down. So hold on, I'm gonna pause this because I'm alone here. Hold on one second. Okay, so I took the screw out and that just took this off. So now I gotta see if I could take the blind down. Okay, so now I could take this off and pull that out. But I'm gonna unscrew these completely from the wall and then get the valance back on. Okay, one more second. Dropping all the screws. If I had $1 for every screw I dropped, I could be paying someone else to do this. I love my Makita driver. This battery, I haven't changed this battery since I got the thing, and I always use it. All right, so now I have no privacy. So I got to make my curtains today. Today, people. I got this tension rod and, whoa, I got to figure out how to use it. Got to figure out. I think I just you unscrew it until it gets bigger than what you want. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, people. It's too short. I know I can use it on that one. Oh, no. This one's going to be too short. I made a mistake. The two windows, the emergency exit and the window by the door. I measured the window by the door, thinking that that's what size they both were. And it's not. The emergency window is bigger. It just wasn't smart. So I got this other rod. Maybe I can just use this one. 28 to 48 inches. I can definitely use this one. Alright. So that one's up in there. So I'll just use the other ones I got. And the other ones are thinner anyway, so I could do a back curtain and a front curtain. So maybe those will work out better. The wood valance, the back one is real wood, but this is MDF and has just tape on it to look like wood. And these side ones, this too is not real wood. All of this is MDF with tape. And so is that one. And I'm disappointed because I wonder how much of this is tape and sticker. Because when I bought it, the salesman is like, oh yeah, Amish made, blah, blah, blah. And it seems to me like I'm just wondering how much is sticker and MDF. Very disappointed. I got this type of tension rod for this long window. And then I wanted to get thinner ones. These thinner ones. So here is underneath. The thinner ones are going to go back here. The thicker one's going to go here. The thinner ones are going to have to go high up, and then the other rods are going to have to go pretty low with the rings. I'm going to do that now and see how they fit. For the window that is next to the door or fire extinguisher, the inside of it measures 27.5. Instead of my mini blinds, I'm making a curtain out of this fabric that's almost sheer with polka dots, and that will probably most likely continuously stay down. I might move it over when I want a breeze to come in, but like for this window that doesn't open and this window that doesn't open, it'll probably just stay down all the time. So it'll let light in, but okay. So this one expands. It is 21 to 38 inches I can make it. And this has a little circle opening. Do you see that? And this is the hardware that came with it. So I'm just going to screw these on as far back as I can. As far back as I can, because my tension rod's going to be in the front. These are the screws that came with it, and they're going to be a little too long, and I don't want them to pop out the wood. So I'm going to screw them in, but I'm not going to put them in all the way. Best case scenario would be to have shorter screws, and I don't have shorter screws. So I'm just going to make it loose and not put the screw in all the way, because that's the best I can do right now. Because I'm not running back out to Home Depot to get smaller screws. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, so I went out and bought some screws because I just couldn't deal with that. So I'm using number 6 3/4 inch screws, and they're going to be probably perfect. I don't know if they're going to stick out a little bit because this funnel shape they have. So let me try to screw them in and see how they look. I only put 1 screw in so they can move and swivel, but they're tight enough that they'll stay in place. And the reason I did that is because I didn't want to poke too many holes in this in case I decide to do something different in the future. Because like I noticed with the blinds, like I already have holes in the wall of the trailer that I don't need anymore. So I'm trying to limit the number of holes that I put in things. So that's why I just went with 1 screw, and I really don't need more than 1. So this type of, it's called a swivel end sash rod. And this is the label. And then I guess I just put it on there. But of course, of course I put that one on upside down. So let me change that. Okay, so this just went right on that, easy. Just went right over that, even though my wood screw was sticking out a little bit at the top. That was fine. And I have this all the way up because I'm going to put a tension rod there. But I have to screw this back to the camper, to the L bracket, before I can put the tension rod in, because the tension rod is going to be in my way. So I'm just going to put this up, line up my holes, with the bracket. Okay, and then I got to screw that in, and I'm going to be all set. 1 second. Okay, so now the the box valance is back up. The thin white rod is up for the little curtain I'm putting in the back. The tension rod is going to go in the front, so I'm going to put that up next. And the curtain, I got clip rings because I want them to slide easy. And I got a 7-pack of rings. I got these from Target. And I got extra packages because I'm not sure how many I'm going to need. I'm going to put these on the rod and then put the tension rod up. Okay, I ended up putting 5 on each side, and it looks like they're gonna slide easy, even though I have the other bar in the back. The rings are kind of big. They still slide, but they just kind of go at an angle. Do you see that? They don't hang as free. If I were to move the tension rod back, because this window and the valance, they have to go at an angle. They're not going to hang free. These circles are about the size of shower curtain circles. It says 1.5 inch diameter. If curtain rings come in a smaller diameter, you might want to get a smaller diameter. They definitely slide with no problem. So as long as you don't mind that they're at an angle, I don't think it'll bother you. It's not going to bother me at all. Drop the screw bit. That's where I keep my drawing portfolios and all the dropped screws and screw bits. Might as well just keep them out because I'm gonna keep dropping stuff. All right, so now I'm trying to figure out the very back window. And because the back wall of this camper is curved, you'll see this is cut as at an angle. So there's much less room inside here. So this is what I figured out for this one. I do have a tension rod inside, and I'm not sure how the circles are gonna fit. I'll put them on. I ended up with these. I ended up mounting a bracket on each side. Is it not gonna focus? There, a bracket on each side. I only put a screw at the top because I don't want to put too many holes in the wall. I was okay putting a screw there because, as you can see, they had a screw or two in the wall there for the blinds, and I used the same screw that was in the blinds, so I'm assuming it was okay to do that. And I put one on each side. There's nowhere to screw. This back rod is for my white curtain because I have to hide that ugliness, and there's nowhere to put a support bracket in the middle, so I'm just gonna wire it and hook it up through one of the, I put an extra loop in the middle of the other rod. So, or I could just do a screw eye in the wood valance, but I gotta wire this up in the middle somehow for support. Right, the tension rods are up, and a thinner rod is behind all the tension rods, so I can do 2 rows of curtains. And now I just have to make the curtains, so watch for part 2. I'll put a link at the end of this video once it's up.